everyone, this is Gayle. Welcome to my live stream tonight. Sorry for the delay. Somehow or other, I had a little bit of malfunction with my light right up here, and I had to fix that. So I hope everybody is doing well tonight. Yes, thank you, Valerie. Please do give a thumbs up. Let's see who all's in here. We have Daniel Brown. So, hi, Daniel. Oh, from New Zealand. Welcome, welcome. And Living Positively After Challenges is here. So, hi, Lori. Welcome. And we have Valerie Reese in the house. Woo! Thumbs up for Valerie. So, thank you all so much for coming in. I've got a couple of things to show you tonight. And I've gotten a lot of comments about my heated vest. And I had to order another one. So I'm going to be showing it off. Don't worry. I ordered another one so I can give the one I have to my husband. Because we're looking at some really, really cold temperatures over here in Northeast Tennessee. And to combat those cold temperatures, you need a little extra warmth. So that's where the vest comes in. So I'll be opening this up for you in just a minute. The other item that I have is an auto face tracking gizmo. Supposedly, it doesn't need software. We're gonna see. I'm just gonna take it out and kind of do an unboxing on this tonight, and I'm gonna try it a little bit, and I'll come back at some point in the future after I've had a chance to use it and let you all know how it goes. Valerie says she's got some below freezing temps coming up here too. It's just this massive winter storm. Even Stellar Piper up in Kentucky is looking at it too. So for us, tomorrow night, it's going to be 33, and that's going to be our warmest temperature for like the whole week outlook. And it's also going to be the only night that the temperature is above 20 degrees. So it's really, really cold. And I think it's going to be great for him to have this heated vest. Actually, this one's going to be mine. The other one's probably going to be his. But it's really tough. And especially here in Northeast Tennessee, we have some people that it's especially tough on. Because here we are, it's the 4th of January. Helene came in on the 27th of September. So we're just over 3 months out, and we still have people in tents. I had really hoped that we would have everybody done, but I am meeting with someone tomorrow who is in a tent, and I am hoping this is our last one. If not, we may have one other person who is able to go from a tent to, staying in with a relative. So cross your fingers that tomorrow the person I meet is going to be our last person in the tent. That's what we're really, really hoping for. I understand he has some access to electricity by an extension cord from somebody's house. So that's a positive, right? But I'm going to meet up with him tomorrow and give him a blanket and a couple of other things. So this will be my last blanket to give out. But hopefully that will help, and I'll give him a couple of other things that may help keep his tent a little warmer. Also, it looks like both of my husband's churches may be becoming shelters. So we'll talk about that later. But let's see. Living Positively said, I heard the temps are going to get real cold in some places. It's been pretty warm here. Okay, so all of us in the Southeast need to go to wherever Lori is with Living Positively After Life's Challenges, because it sounds like that's where we're going to have to be warm, right? I actually pulled it up. You all are going to laugh, okay? I'm going to punch this in. Because I just want you all to know it is warmer in Homer, Alaska than what we're looking at for next week. Now, how crazy is that? So, of course, now I did volunteer to take one for the team. and go to Homer just so I could warm up. But my husband was less enthusiastic about that than I was. So, Homer temperatures 25 and 21 tomorrow, which is a little bit colder than what we're going to be. But look at this 37, 36, 39, 33, 36, 34. And we're not going to be above 20 after tomorrow. Is that not wild? Would anybody like to go to Alaska with me and warm up? Because, like, I am so ready. Yeah. I mean, you expect Alaska to be cold. You don't expect Northeast Tennessee to be cold. But you also didn't expect a hurricane in Northeast Tennessee either. So I think somebody really needs to go to Mother Nature, knock on Mother Nature's door, and say, here's some chocolate. Here's some chamomile tea that you can warm up. Whatever we did, we're sorry. Let's make amends. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, Valerie says that's crazy. I have to agree. So anyway, let's dive into the vest. Because, like, when I wear it out in public, when I wear mine out in public, I get a lot of questions about, does it work? Do you like it? Is it comfortable? How does it work? How long does it take to warm? Things like that. So I'm going to answer some of your questions. So, all right. This comes in a nice little carry bag right there. Not that we're going to have a chance to put it in the carry bag. Whoops. There we go. And so this is what you get when you open it. And I ordered this from Amazon, by the way, and I can put the link to it down in the description box. So I have got the Smartwear dedicated power bank that I ordered with this, or that came with it rather. That's a little different to some vests because usually you have the option to get one with the power bank or without. And considering what I paid for the vest, I'm really surprised that I was able to get it for a good price with the power bank, because usually you have to buy those separate. And I'll talk to you about power banks in just a minute. I'm also going to pull it up and remind myself about what I did pay. I know it's cheap, but like, what was my actual price? I think it was like $45. Which, if you've looked at these things online, then you know $45 is a steal. But I just want to pull it up and double check the exact price for you, which is it was $42.99 with tax. It came to $46.86. So that's an incredible deal for a vest that came with the battery pack. So anyway, it's got that, and it came with the laundry bag. Because what you want to do, at least with my other one, is basically just kind of get it wet in a little bit of light liquid, not super heavy on the detergent, just a minimum amount, and let it wash. Gentle cycle. Remember that. It's very important. And then just hang it up to dry. But you want to put it in the laundry bag like I just showed you. But I love my vest. I mean, it is just, and I got the vest because I can wear it underneath a jacket if I want to, and the jacket can help hold the heat in, so I don't have a lot of heat escaping like I would if I was in a jacket. Because they do make heated jackets just as well as they do heated vests. I also wanted the option that if I just wanted a vest instead of wearing a big heavy jacket, that I could do that, you know. All right, let's take it out of the bag. And so, okay, I may have ordered the wrong size here. All right, it may be bigger than what I wanted. But here's the vest. And it's got 2 pockets. Pockets zip, which is wonderful because that'll help me lose fewer things. Because y'all know me when it comes to losing things and breaking things. Like, how many tripods have I been through, really? So there's the zipper there. Okay, and so we have the main zipper, of course, where it goes in and out. And so in this pocket right here, that's where the battery pack is going to go. So let me just slip this on, and then I'll install the battery pack standing up because it's easier that way. Let me read you what it says right in here first, okay? It says, take out the USB plug, plug in the battery, press the output switch on the charging treasure, it says, whatever that means. Long press the power button for 2 seconds. In the power on state, the default operation is first gear, which is the white light, low temperature. And the buttons in turn display to number 2, which is the blue light, and number 3, red, which is the high temperature. And long press the controller for 2 seconds to turn off the light to stop the heating. And then this says to wash it, take out the power bank and add a neutral detergent to hand wash or machine wash. Do not rub or beat strongly. And then it talks about don't insert the power bank if you're not going to use it for a long time. Don't get the power bank wet. All those regular things about the power bank. So let me go ahead, slip it out of the box. Yeah, I love it. I'm so excited to get this second one so he can use the first one. So, and the power bank, USB chargeable. Woo! So, one of the things I'm asked, this is a 10,000 amp hour battery bank, which is a really big deal. These are pretty heavy duty, longer lasting. But I want to tell you that nobody can tell you for sure how long you're going to get a heated jacket to heat. And that's because it depends not just on your battery bank, but it also depends on what condition your battery bank is in, which obviously this is new, so it's going to last for a while. Also on this, also it depends on how hot you want your jacket to be, because if you use it on high, that's a much larger power draw than using it on low. So if you use it on low, it's going to last longer than if you use it on high, because that's going to drain the battery. And if you sit there and go from low to high all day, that's going to change it too. So on my jacket, usually on the medium setting, the number 2, usually I'll get 2 or 3 hours out of it. But what I tend to do, and what I suggest like to my daughter that she do, is I'll turn it on, let it get warm, and then if I'm wearing a jacket over it, then I'll just turn it off and let it just stay like that for a few hours or whatever length of time I need it. But I'm not continually draining the battery when I don't really need the heat. So I turn it on, let it get warm, and then turn it off. The other thing that I see that I really am going to like about this power bank is it's also designed with an extra USB port. I hope you can see that. Yeah. Extra USB port right there. So if I want to charge a cell phone, I can. I don't know that I would want to charge a cell phone at the same time I am using the battery for my jacket, but it's an option. Also, if I want to do a cell phone, obviously, and just take the battery pack out of my vest, I can do that. So it's got an off and on switch right here on the side. I think that's what it's for. Okay. So I am going to try this on. I may order the bigger size. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm going to like this, especially because it's going to come down lower on my thighs, and my thighs are always getting cold. So, all right, got that. You see how I like the pockets. I can actually put my whole hands in the pockets, which is not always something I can do. I hate shallow pockets in a jacket because, when you carry your cell phone, your keys, some dog treats, a tennis ball, you want deeper pockets. So, okay. So, all right. Let's just go ahead and unzip here. Okay, I got to feel around and figure out where I'm going to plug this in. Hang on just a second. Okay, I'm going to have to get out the directions. Can y'all believe this? Okay, got a USB plug in battery, output switch, charging power, press long button for 2 seconds. But where? I actually don't see where the USB cord plugs in. Okay, interior zip pocket is not where I put this in. It does not look like. So, where do I plug this in? Aha. Okay, this is really different, you all. Okay, so this says that the interior pocket that's got all the directions on it is really just an interior pocket. That's not where you plug in the battery back, which is really different than any of the other vests that I looked at. Instead, there is a little thing here, a little pocket in the front, right next to where you put your hands, right next to the pocket there. And this is supposed to be where the USB goes in. And yes, it actually does, because here is the USB cord. So let's see how this works, see if there's enough juice, because like I said, I just opened this up. So there is enough juice to power it on. And let me show you. Okay, this is the pocket for your hands, and next to it is this other little pocket where the battery pack goes. Back. So, all right. So it is already plugged in. The controls, where's my control? Well, there it is. There we go, right here. Okay, can you see that light up? And so the control on this one is right here next to your pocket too. So white was the lowest, then blue, and then red is the highest. And I can already tell you that it's already starting to get warm, which is nice because that's really, really fast. But I can feel it on the back of my neck and around my chest area and in the kind of middle upper portion of my back. So yeah, it's already starting to get warm. I think it's going to be nice. Yeah, I like it, I think. So I'm going to feel good about giving the other one to my husband or whichever one he wants. I'll let him have this one if he really wants it. Maybe. So, all right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it off. There we go. And because I'm not going to be using this, I'm going to go ahead and take the battery pack out. Or at least unplug it. But this is brand new, straight out of the box, as you all saw. So I'm going to just go ahead and plug it in and let it charge. And yeah, but I'm excited about it because I could already feel the warmth. And the heating panels, let me just pull up the listing so y'all can see the heating panels, because it's easier for me to just show it to you than it is for me to tell you. Okay. So let me find my share button. There it is. Oh, thank you. Lori says it fits me great. Thank you. All right, so here we go. This is where the panels are for the vest. So it's got it on the back of your neck, which is what I already felt. The inside of the back of the vest has got heating panels there, top and bottom, and then you've got the front, top and bottom there. So I think I'm going to love this one as much as I do my other one, which is pretty awesome. So if y'all have any questions about this, let me know, because I'll be glad to, answer them. But for me, it's just really, 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 really nice to have something I can warm up with. And if you want to, like if you're in the car and you're cold because your husband keeps the car at a lower temp than like mine does, then you can actually put this on and just kind of drape it over your legs and have like your own little mobile heated blanket. So that's kind of nice too. Just saying. So I've had my other one since 22 or 23. I may have gotten it in fall of 23, and like it well enough to now buy this one. But the company I got mine from originally did not have any others. So it just said, the item that you're looking for is not found, or however Amazon phrases that. So that was a sad day. So I had to order this one instead. And because it's a puff jacket, you don't have any problems with folding it up nice and small and all that stuff. One thing I would be careful about is if you go to fly, you might want to just give the TSA a heads up that you're flying with a heated jacket, just because it's got all the little panels on it. So, yeah, I would mention that. So what do you all think? Love it? Hate it? Is it bodacious? Is it a bust? Let me know what you all think. And does anybody in here have a heated jacket or a heated vest? Then, if so, let me know and let me know what you all think. So, I'm just going to sit this. Actually, I'm going to put this on the table right behind me. Okay. Okay, Lori's impressed. Valerie says it seems nice. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Whoops, let me put this right over here. I'm looking forward to it. Lori says she's never seen him. Okay. I get stopped. I get asked like every single time I am out in my vest. And I think it's because on the other vest, my controls are up here on the chest and it's got 4 individual markers on it. I actually think I like that better than this one with just one. So, and I can set it to where my neck, for example, can be on hot and my lower panels can be on warm or vice versa. And I'll tell you too, with my neck and back problems, it's really nice to have the heating panel right behind my neck because, at least on my other jacket, it's versatile enough that if the only heating spot I want on is my neck, I can do that. So, yeah. But I really like them. I like them a lot. Well, I like it well enough to buy another one, so what can I say? Yep. And if you get a vest that does not have the battery pack, just use the one that you got to use with your cell phone. Now, this one is not as big or as heavy as that one, but I still, on my other vest, get a few hours out of it. So, and just like any other battery pack, you can charge these up in the car, on your computer, in a wall outlet with a charger adapter on it for cell phones, just pretty much anywhere. Okay. All right. So the next thing is this P01 Pro with auto tracking. So what I'm going to try to do is try to use it for my vlog and see how this goes. I talked to someone who used it or used one of these, not this exact one, but they used one of these and liked it. So I'm going to give it a whirl. So I really can't, I'm just going to do the unboxing on it. I can't give you a review or anything. But here we go. And this thing was only like $11-12. So I don't really know if my expectations should match the low price tag. We'll see. I've never opened one of these. So, okay, it's the desktop gimbal. With all kinds of parts. Okay, instruction manual, USB cord, remote control that I'll probably lose in 0.02 seconds. Thank goodness you can buy replacement remotes. Just saying. I've got this part. And da-da-da-da. I feel like I should say ET phone home because that's what it looks like taking it out. Okay, and on the plastic bag it says, to avoid danger of suffocation, keep this plastic bag away from babies and children, obviously. Let's see. Living positively, Lori says, Tyre, guess you could use the vest for on cold night if you use more battery packs. Yes, you can. I have used, the other vest that I have, when I was in the van one night and it was cold and I couldn't get enough heat going to make me comfortable, I put the vest on, warmed everything up, which was great but I had to leave it on for a couple of hours. Well, I had 2 battery banks. So I was able to use this one and the one I have a smaller one for my cell phone. So this one and the other one got me through the whole night, which was nice. So yeah. So here we go. We have this stand and gadget. So this looks like it's the base and okay, this has got a little cover on the screw. So it's nice that they thought about that. I hope the instructions have some English. Okay. Phone holder, switch, indicator light, camera lens. Camera lens. Oh, okay, got it. Nut interface, cold shoe interface, 180-degree flip, and Type-C remote. So, install the tripod, turn it on, and we'll see. Okay, so it's going to go on here. And here we have the camera. I'm just going to turn it on here at the top. Okay, this is not charged up. No, not charged up. So I'm going to have to charge it and come back with you all and let you know if it works or not, because it does nothing when I turn it on. Let me make sure I'm actually like turning it on long enough. Press and hold. Okay, press and hold the power button for 3 seconds. And then do the same thing to turn it off. So here we go. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Okay, it does have a little bit of juice maybe. So turning it on for 3 seconds helped. Now let's see if it can find my face and really turn. Okay, it is. Can you all see that moving? I'll try to hold this real still. Okay, so it is moving, and now it's flashing red. Okay. So it's going to have to sit there and charge USB. This is a USB-C. Also, the battery pack, I think I forgot to mention the battery pack on the vest is also USB-C. So I'm just going to let it charge up and see how it goes. But yeah, it's like I paid $11.94 for it. It's a limited time deal. Let me share this if you want. And so there you go. Now this does not have the light with it. It looks kind of like it would just from that picture, but that didn't come with it. And it shows a microphone, and the microphone didn't come with it. But so if you want to buy those, I mean, yeah, you can do that. So, but it's supposed to have the 360-degree rotation. But I felt like for $11.94 that it was worth a try, because I don't have a huge investment. So, yeah. One thing I can already tell you that I don't think I'm going to like is I don't see a place that I can put the remote and keep up with it. which means I'll probably lose it a little faster. Tiny piece. So I think maybe if they had done something where the remote could fit on here somewhere, that would be that's one improvement that just jumps out at me right now. So I may try to get some double stick tape and see if I can put it on here somewhere with double stick tape. Will the links be here? Yes, they will. I will put them up right after the live stream. And I'll do it for both the vest and the little auto face tracking gizmo. Because I'll tell you, I got it for $11.94 because it was on a limited time deal. So I don't know how long it's going to be. So I'm going to make sure you get that link tonight. So just a few minutes after the live stream, you'll have it. So, all right. Well, this is really all I've got to show you all tonight. I will have a couple of more things next week because I've got some things coming in. And this is like the first stuff that I've bought since Hurricane Helene that wasn't specifically like survival mode. You know what I mean? Well, no, I hope you don't know what I mean, but you can kind of understand with everything that we've had going on. That I haven't bought a lot of just things that I wanted and could use for like vlogging and stuff. So like I've got another charger coming and I ordered a sweater for Pacer and it's actually a Christmas sweater, but I got it for like $6 and he's not going to care if it's Christmas. He's only going to care that it helps keep him warm. So that's coming in. Actually, I have 2 sweaters for him coming in. And then I also, and I'm really super excited about this because needed a change. Yeah. And I'm actually really excited for my next Amazon box to come in also because it's got USB rechargeable hand warmers in it. So here's the thing and a little update for you all to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. Hurricane Helene came in 27th of September, and we have all this stuff going on with like cold weather and some people still in tents. And some people are in campers that don't have working heat, where the campers have been donated and they're not necessarily in great shape. So they may just be one step up from being in a tent, but it's still a little bit more shelter. So we're working with those to try to get the heat fixed. But in the middle of all of this, my husband's a pastor of 2 small churches, and both churches, it looks like, are going to be warming shelters. So I know I am going to be going in and out of the buildings a lot, which is part of why I wanted to get this other vest for my husband. So he and I can each have one so we can go out of the building and greet people as they come into the shelter and so forth. And just going to be a lot of going in and out. But I'm cold natured. Hello, Hashimoto's. It's just the way it is when you have a thyroid issue. I get cold natured, and that's another reason why I like the vest that I just showed you. And I cannot wait for the hand warmers to come in, and I'm really super excited about those. So it's going to be, we're doing warming shelters, and they're a little different than what you think of as being just your traditional disaster shelters, in that it is still a room with cots. Usually it's a large room, but it's our church fellowship also work with me here. They're small churches, but it's a room filled with cots. We have Red Cross. I think it's going to be Red Cross. Somebody is giving us some little lightweight blankets that we can use for the people to come in. But this is not designed to be a 24-hour shelter like you would think of with the Red Cross disasters. It's designed to come in like at a certain fixed time and then leave the next morning. And so what we're going back and forth on now is what kind of meal should we provide? Somebody else is providing snacks. There's like 4 or 5 different organizations involved in making these shelters happen. And it looks like I may be the one in charge of feeding everybody, which is fine. So, in where you have a regular disaster shelter, you have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks are always available, and water is always available. Well, we're always going to have water available as long as we're open, but we're going to be like a shelter, like these are usually around opening around 4 or 5 in the afternoon and then leaving at around 7 in the morning. We're going to have a little bit fluctuation in the shelter, a little bit of flexibility. We're still trying to decide what this is going to look like. So we're all trying to, I don't want to say fly by the seat of our pants or make it up, but every area has a little bit of a different need. And you have to take that into consideration when you have any kind of shelter, whether it's disaster, domestic violence, warming, you name it. So for the warming shelter, we're looking at possibly a little bit earlier than like 4 or 5. We're looking at also doing dinner for an hour or so. And that's probably going to be soup because nothing else really warms you up like soup does. I don't think. What do you all think? What kind of meal warms you up the most? Let me know in the comments because I can like really use that right now. So that's what we're leaning toward is having soup and then lights out probably around 9, 10 p.m. We're going to have some things for kids to do that come in, some coloring sheets that we're going to just print off the internet, some crayons, a couple of puzzles, things like that kids can do because this is really tough on them. And let's see, Living Positively says homemade cheese crackers and bread. That's one of her go-tos to warm up with. Certainly something I can think about. Valerie says comfort foods, chili, mac and cheese, pasta, etc. Had not thought about mac and cheese. Had not thought about that. That's definitely, where's my pen? That is something I will put on my list. Because that'll be good. You can make a great big pan of mac and cheese. I was thinking about pasta, but I can't decide if pasta is really going to have that warming factor. Let me write this down. I guess I could do spaghetti. Valerie says you can add a little ham to the mac and cheese and make a meal out of it. Yeah, it's going to have to be a meal. And that's pretty much what came through my mind is putting like some ham or some hot dogs or something like that cut up in the mac and cheese. Because it's going to have to be a whole meal. And I think that's how you're going to do it. Baked spaghetti or ziti. That might be good. That might be good. Like I said, I really hadn't thought about the pasta, but I wrote that down too. You can leave, this is from Lori, Living Positively. You can leave no knead artisan bread flour overnight and throw it in the oven in the morning. Dip the bread in soups. That's a possibility. And I'm pretty sure I've got some bread from Pampered Chef. So I'll have to look at that too. Because that might be good. It's not, I don't think it's artisan, but I do think it's no knead. So I'll check on that. And that would be better than crackers. And probably cheaper too. Because flour, 5-pound bag of flour for like $2 versus 1 pack of crackers for $3. Living Positively says, I know what it's like for these shelters to run out of food and we starve. They can't afford it, All-purpose flour is good too. Yeah. And like I said, there's several agencies going in on all of this, and we'll see how it goes. We're still in the talking stages, but we're probably going to start. I don't want to say. Let me not say for sure when we're going to start, but it's soon. So, and we're going to have, I'm thinking we may need to have milk for the kids, but we've got water too. And you know, silly me, a church talked to me the other day and asked me if I needed them to bring up a truckload of water. And I'm like, no, really, at this point, we're okay on water. And so what happens? Now I'm like, kick. I don't think we could have used a truckload though. We have water flowing in now, and which is why I said we don't need it, but it would be one less thing to have to buy for the shelter. I don't know. See, that's one of the things that we're still kind of hashing out. And the other thing is it going to be open nightly? Which, like, this whole week it's going to have to be open because we don't have a night that's above 20. But some warming shelters are, if your temperature drops below like 30 or 25, that's when the shelter opens. Or if it's going to be snowing, that's when the shelter opens. So there's a lot of things like that we're still hashing out. So, yeah. Okay, Lori is saying the cheese would suffice for calcium, that she had to make changes for Jesse and she on the run. Yeah, that makes sense. And one of the soups that I was thinking about is, like the potato soup with cheese and milk and sour cream in it. So that would also help with the protein factor. So, yeah. But, that's kind of where we are. And oh, yeah, Lori said, warming shelters. I was thinking all year. We actually have a need for that because we don't have a homeless shelter up here. We still have homeless, but we don't have a homeless shelter. They've been trying to put one together for a couple of years. And one of the things about Hurricane Helene is I think that it's kind of brought out the need a little bit more. Because like one of my huge complaints, as you all know, with the Red Cross was when they were here 14 days and then kaput. They were done, even though they left on a Saturday, even though it was predicted snow that following Tuesday, which it did. So this is not like that in the sense that that was a 24/7 disaster shelter for the 14 days. This is a warming shelter, so it's designed and set up to be just an alternative place that people can go when they can't be home instead of a place to live instead of your home. Does that make sense? Oh, okay. Valerie says that her sister gave her a recipe for hamburger stew that's really good. I've not heard of hamburger stew, but I will check into that. Do you happen to have a video of the hamburger stew? Okay. If you do, flip it over to me. And we're not ready to make a complete official announcement on all of this, so don't put it on your YouTube channels. After I get finished talking about this, I'm going to crop this part out until we can make the official announcement as far as what day we're opening, what time we're opening, and things like that. Because something could happen in a church with a bigger fellowship hall could open up. So you have to keep that in mind. So, but there's just so much to think about and so much that goes into this. So, all right. Well, I hear Pacer. Okay. Bipsy's in there making noise. Okay, Valerie has posted her link. And I got to check this. Okay. I'm going to watch that right after. Okay. I'm going to watch that right after the live stream because that sounds really good. You know. Yep. I've got it. Here we go. There's Val with a hamburger stew. So we're going to have to check into that. Thank you. And also, I was kind of thinking if I make soup or make something, would anybody like to do this as a collab video? And I can do a video on making whatever soup it is that we decide to make, whether it's vegetable or whatever. So let me know on that because that would be fun. And I'm going to vlog what I can, but obviously I can't vlog too much of the people being there because of their privacy reasons. But I'll do a vlog on setting it up and stuff like that. Oh, also, speaking of vlogging, I have found some footage that I recorded like early on and didn't have enough bandwidth to upload. So I'm going to put some of those up. One of them is a little shorts tomorrow, just praising Super Clean because, oh my gosh, I'd gone for supplies. Somebody gave me a flat of Coca-Cola. One of them fell out, and I'm like loading other stuff in the van. And so I asked the guy, I'm like, is this going to spew out? And he's like, oh no, it's fine. I don't. So hour plus later, I'm down the road, and what do I hear? I hear it spewing, and I'm just like, oh. So pulled over, got the can out, threw it away at the rest area, and I have Coke all over the inside of my bath cabinet in the van, and it's on the wall, and some of it, when I opened up the door, it hit the overhead things. I had Coke all over it. I could not get the Coke off. I used several different things, several different cleaners. I used wipes. I used Windex. Because by the time I got pulled over, it was already starting to get sticky. So I got some off, but couldn't get everything off. Got home, and I'm like, I am just going to try it with Super Clean. And by golly, I used the Super Clean for the tire and wheels, and boom, it got it. So long story short, I got a video on that coming up tomorrow. So, yep. All right, so Val and Living Positively, both of you all want to do collabs. Yay! So I will get it together and email you all after too. So, okay. So that'll be fun. So anyway, I've got that and a couple of other videos. Do keep me in your thoughts tomorrow because I've been asked to go speak at a church with Pipsy and talk to them about him being a prison trained service dog and what the process is and just a little bit about him and so forth. And I am actually speaking in place of the pastor who's going to be on vacation. So I'm taking Pipsy in and talking to everybody about him, and it's supposed to snow tonight. So I've got to leave here fairly early in the morning. I just don't know what I'm going to do if it snows. So pray for safe passage. Traveling mercies. Cross your fingers and say a prayer. Because these opportunities to come and talk about my service dog don't come along every day. But I think it's so important to take whatever speaking opportunities that I can to talk about him because there's so much that goes into it. And prison training programs for service dogs really give the opportunity for some people who've done some really bad things to do something really good. Now, they're not ever going to see the end result of how the service dog that they've trained impacts the world. I mean, they know that it's a service dog and it's going to make somebody's life better, but they don't know how far, they're going with that. Plus, the prisons where he was trained are men's prisons. I can just imagine this, great big kind of hulking guy who's done all these things being given a little fuzzy puppy, you know? So Valerie says it's not supposed to start snowing until 6 p.m. tomorrow here in my area, Virginia. We actually have it spitting snow already. So I don't know if it's going to be spitting and then clear off. Yesterday was awful for snow. It was awful, but that's gone away. Thank God. So yeah, let me show you a photo of what we had yesterday. And the funny thing is about yesterday, and y'all are going to laugh because it's like, this is just so typically me. One of the things I ordered is a solar panel for my van. I got this fabulous deal on upgrading a solar panel, so I bought it. It was supposed to be delivered yesterday during this snowstorm. Who but me is going to have a solar panel that is going to be delivered during a snowstorm? I mean, it's like, right? So sometimes you just have to laugh. But this is how it looked yesterday right here. And so now we still have we still have a lot of, or not a lot, but we still have snow on the grass and everything. But the roads right now are clear. I'm just hoping they stay that way. So, but yeah. But isn't it wild that I get a solar panel that's supposed to be delivered in the middle of a snowstorm when I can't possibly test it? Valerie has not had snow yet. Good. Good for you. We've had enough that I would be glad to send you some. I was joking with my husband. I said, I really feel like we could do a snow giveaway with a BYOB. And he looks at me, and of course I'm teasing. And he looks at me, he's like, BYOB? Why would somebody want to bring a bottle and drink out of it? And I was like, no, bring your own bucket. It's a snow giveaway and you bring your own bucket. He didn't think that was nearly as funny as I did. Oh, Val, you're killing me here. She doesn't want any snow. See, I was going to get you to bring a bucket. So, all right. But we really have had enough of the snow and enough of the cold, and then we've got more coming in. Lots of places, a huge widespread area with this snowstorm. As a bunch of y'all know, it goes from like Kentucky to the coast. And of course, higher elevations, we get more of it. So, but it's, you got to take it as it comes, right? So, all right. Well, Pipsy's in there making noise. I have a feeling he is trying to play with my husband because I hear thunk, thunk, thunk. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it's usually when he's like running into the wall because he's chasing his ball or something. So, all right. I am going to, bring the live stream to a close. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I will post those links in just a few minutes to both the vest and the gizmo. The gizmo. I'm just going to call it the gizmo. It's a face tracking gizmo. All right. So go on out. Have a great week. Okay. Always be bodacious. Don't let life get in the way of living. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in a few days. Good night. Good night.